Okay, so I think these are the Titan nerfs, guys. Hey folks, abilities preview. Hey folks, combat gameplay team here to run you through the abilities changes with the season 22 later this month. Before we get into the actual changes, let's go over our goals for this release. Reduce the uptime and potency of Barricade abilities, particularly in high level PvP activities. So how much did they reduce it though? Reduce the potency of Striker Titan in high level PvP activities in both neutral game and when supers come up. Dang, they're nerfing Titans badly, guys. Correct the one-size-fits-all nature of suspend in the combat sandbox. Rebalance our strand fragment to bring up some underperforming options to normalize potency of overperformers. Alright, starting off with the Barricade. Let's get into the Barricade, guys. This ability is a potent tool for closing off lanes, bunkering under fire, creating safe spaces to get a revive, gathering information from relative safety. In PvP, specifically, I can't say that word. The prevalence of the barricades can slow down the pace of play in a manner that doesn't have much way of meaningful counterplay. We've been experimenting for a while with the opt-in ways to play around barricades, including anti-barrier rounds via artifact or an exotic weapon, origin traits, subclass buffs, tuning the damage special weapons to deal to barricades, and more. These are all meant to increase an attacker's ability to remove barricades from the equation. However, it's clear that the heat of the moment, these kinds of out-of-combat decisions aren't really coming into play. So we're making some base level changes across different barricade abilities, primarily targeting the strength of the Towering Barricade. In Season 22, Towering Barricade's base cooldown will be increasing significantly, and all barricade objects will receive a damage reduction in their maximum health pool. Towering Barricade base cooldown from 48 seconds to 70 seconds. All barricades maximum health reduced from 600 to 500. Maximum damage resistance versus PV combatants increased to compensate. At this time, we're not extending the Tower Barricade cooldown change to Bastion variant, which already has a base cooldown time of 100 seconds. However, maximum health reduction does apply, bringing the effective HP against players from 500 to 417. Players that deal an additional 20% damage to Bastion barricades change will be introduced in patch 4.0.0.4. Next up, Striker Titan. It probably won't surprise you that you hear that the Striker has been significantly overperforming in high-level PvP activities like Trials of Osiris. While we believe that a small portion of this is due to a strong focus on arc in the seasonal artifact, we also believe that their base kit has a few elements that are too strong. We've made recent changes to both of these atoms, but neither their prevalence nor performing meaningfully shifted. We're taking another swing at Thundercrash and Knockout. Theoretically, Thundercrash is a one-off super, but in practice its kill potential is closer to that of a roaming super. So we're updating the base cooldown to reflect as a damage dealt, and received is a primary factor as super regeneration rates. Particularly in PvE, we believe that this change will be felt mostly strongly in low player count PvP like Trials, and competitive without being too disruptive for PvE strikers. Thundercrash increased the base cooldown time from 500 seconds to 556 seconds, matching the majority of roaming super roster. So yes, it's gonna take them longer to get their super. Let's go. While we want Striker to live up to the fantasy of being a close quarters powerhouse, Knockout is currently too forgiving in letting players clean up engagements with melee attacks early in a duel, especially when combined with other melee enhancing atoms for Season 22. We're reducing the damage bonus against players that will be keeping a close eye on whether that should remain for future adjustments. Knockout reduced damage bonus versus players from 50 to 30. Last up is Strand. We've been monitoring Strand's